I'm Sara Gutterman. I am CEO of Green Builder Media, and I have the pleasure to be here today with Allan Merrill, Chairman and CEO of Beazer Homes, the country's 11th largest building firm. Well, we are thrilled to have the opportunity to work with you and the Beazer team on the Vision House Las Vegas, Crossing the Rubicon. It's a very important and meaningful and timely project, and we want to talk with you a little bit about it today. But first, before we dive into the project, I'd love to hear from you. The housing industry is experiencing rapid transformation. What are the changes that you are seeing, and what are you most excited about?
I think it's interesting. We've got such an enormous shortage of housing in this country, particularly for sale housing, and it's a challenge for prospective buyers. But once they attain the ability to become homeowners, I think they have become quite selective. It's not just any home. So expectations for efficiency, for resiliency, for sustainability, I think are driving the change that you're talking about. I think our buyers expect innovation and evolution from our industry and from our company in that area, and we're excited to meet the challenge.
Allan, what you're saying makes me happy because it really matches the data that we've been collecting through Cognition Smart data. All of the trends are showing that today's home buyers are indeed looking for more sustainable, all-electric, net zero, healthy, connected, resilient solar plus storage homes, and they want it as a baseline, right? They don't want it as upgrades, and Beazer is delivering that. So can you tell us a little bit more specifically within those larger categories, what you're seeing in terms of that consumer demand?
Sure. I think one of the things that is in the process of happening right now is translating the technology and building science into benefits that resonate with consumers. And look, it's a struggle for us as well, but to remove some of the buzzwords and some of the jargon and really put it in a context that it's easily relatable. You know, probably the top of most buyers' list when they think about these features and characteristics is cost, the cost of occupancy, the cost of ownership. Lower utility bills are real. And in an era of rising energy costs, even before we get to climate science and climate change, just the ability to have control and or lower payments, that really resonates. And that's one of the things that advanced building science has allowed us to deliver. You know, there are a couple of other things. One of them doesn't often fall into the category of maybe climate science, but it is very tangible to buyers, and that is the sound and the feel of being in a dwelling that is properly insulated. It sounds different, it feels different, it feels like there's more privacy, it feels better built. But I can't tell you the number of times I've had buyers say, this home sounds different. Well, of course, there are a lot of building materials and building science involved in that, but the thing that resonated was it just feels and sounds different. And then a third one, which is very much in the health arena, is air quality. The extent that, again, harkening back a little bit to the pandemic, but even before that, you know, the incidence of allergies has grown exponentially, and so for people to have high quality indoor air and understand that they're breathing cleaner air, even as we are reducing the number of times per hour that air is being exchanged, they benefit from that. They appreciate that. And you know, we struggle a little bit because there's a lot of metrics and math that we can use, but those ideas of healthier air, quieter home, and a lower utility bill, I'd say those are kind of the big three.
So are you finding, though, when you are selling to younger homeowners that they are getting that equation faster and more readily, or do you see that it just depends on the market, the demographic? Is it not quite that black and white as you break it out?
That first-time buyer, they've waited to buy a better home. They've had to accumulate the means. But we do see what you're saying, that they're not buying the first home that they can afford. They want things in the home, and frankly, they also want certain locational attributes. And I think that's part of the equation beyond just the higher efficiency of the homes.
So we've been talking about market transformation from a conceptual standpoint, but Beazer is very much playing a pivotal role in that transformation. So can you talk a little bit about that role that you're playing, and specifically talk about your commitment to zero energy ready homes across your portfolio of homes throughout the country?
We worked for a long time to improve the operations of our business. We had a lot to be humble about and a lot of things that we wanted to get better at. But 4 or 5 years ago, we really had to think about where we saw our future. I like to say the other team gets paid too, and the other team being any of the other building companies that we compete with. So we decided that we needed to have a very clear North Star, to use an analogy. And for us, given the inevitability of regulatory change and what we were saying, this thing that we're talking about, consumer preference evolution, we decided that we wanted to be leaders in energy efficiency. And we've been building Energy Star homes for 12 years. So this wasn't a radical departure, but we wanted to take it to the next level. So we really investigated and learned about the Zero Energy Ready program. At that time, no other major national or multi-market builders had embraced it. And we decided that there was a path to do that, and our team got excited about it. So we made a commitment 3 years ago that 100% of the homes that we deliver will be Zero Energy Ready by the end of 2025. And we have been plotting our progress quarter over quarter for the last couple of years. It's really accelerated now in the last year. But I think for us, it gave us a way of standing out, a way of being different, and very aligned, again, both with the regulatory and the consumer preferences. I believe ultimately our peers, our competitors will adopt and adapt and do many of the things that we're doing. And we decided that it would be more interesting, hopefully more value creating for our shareholders to get there first.
Well, that's wonderful. You talked about your team's excitement, and I can tell you that our team is very excited as well, because we get the opportunity to work with you on a project that I think will be a launching pad for that Zero Energy Ready Homes initiative, or your Ready initiative, as I know you call it internally. So let's talk a little bit about the Vision House Las Vegas. We've given it the sub-theme of crossing the Rubicon. And we really believe that what Beazer is doing is indeed crossing the Rubicon for the housing sector, for the building industry, because there is no longer a world in which net zero, all electric, healthy, connected, resilient, solar plus storage powered homes are not available at some kind of an attainable price point. You are showing that you can do that and that we can do that as an industry. And so we wanted to give that theme to this Vision House Las Vegas project to really give it the gravitas that we believe that this moment in time deserves. So can you talk a little bit about this project, your perspective on it, and how you feel like it can really raise the bar and raise the floor in the housing sector with respect to sustainability?
Well, as I said a few minutes ago, we've made a commitment to do this. We are going to have Zero Energy Ready across our entire portfolio. And frankly, we wanted a partner and an opportunity to be able to promote that. I mean, we promote it every day to our home buyers, but we wanted other, not just our competitors, but regulatory authorities and others to see that this is not a science experiment. This is something that can be done at scale, and it can be done within the combined constraints of consumer preferences and affordability and the expectations that are on public companies to generate returns for shareholders. I think we're doing that, and I think having something like the Vision House gives us the opportunity to show that, particularly with a partner such as yourselves, so that you can help us tell that story. I mean, we sometimes get a little parochial and think about the features and the benefit of the home, but having a partner to help us talk about this at a broader level felt like we had earned the right and felt like we could contribute something to that, but we certainly couldn't do it without your partnership.